oh, no, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, no, na, me, quack, me, oh, na, oh, me, quack, no, me.
Hi there. Thanks for joining me. I hope everybody's doing well. Today we are going to be touring my island. But first we have a few issues to go through, including 2 villager hunts. The island is incomplete because I don't have that many items, but I feel fairly confident about the way it's headed. So you'll see that in a little bit. But right now, oh my gosh. Earlier I had said that I needed to move forward because I could not take the mole cricket issue anymore. And here's me trying to terraform, and I'm looking for a mole cricket. And then Ione came over and gave me a cute radio. She's like, oh, Selenia. And I'm like, what? Get away from me. I'm not in a good mood. Yeah, so I ended up going to June 1st just to get away from this. I just can't. I can't do it. This is what I mean by wasting shovels, too. I'm as bad at this as fishing. And I don't care what you guys think. I was not happy. So I did what I have always wanted to do. See ya. Yep. Don't come at me in the comments. I don't care. I'm happy. So I moved ahead to June 1st. I got my terraforming out of the way. And then I came back. And this happened. So I like showing you if someone shows up in the camp, whether I take them or not, whether I like them or not. I just think this is a neat feature in the game. And every time somebody's in my campsite, oh, it's Tiffany. Hi, Tiffany. I do like her. I do want her, but not for this island. I've always had a particular set of villagers in mind for a specific island. I've just never gotten around to doing it yet. She'd be perfect for it. And no, it's not a mobster island. But she is cute. But you know what? Well, I suppose we could talk about it on another time. She's not a bad villager. Never had her before either. And then this happened. And of course I had said that it wasn't Sasha, it was Ione that I needed because I had never gotten to meet her. And I do love Sasha, but we have had her before. I gave him that top for his birthday. He's the only birthday we're going to be celebrating on this island. Everybody else is like way late into the fall, winter. Yeah, I forgot the catchphrase was mom, and that just, wow. That threw me for a loop because it instantly reminded me when my son left the state with his family. He just said goodbye and he moved to Kentucky. And it hit me. So, sorry. I would like to get another lazy, and of course Deli is at the top of my list. Yeah, that one hit hard. But I'm up for whatever strikes me as well. I might as well mention this now, too. It rains an awful lot on my island. And I keep confusing Animal Crossing with Stardew Valley. It's like, well, rain's good, right? Yeah, only if you got crops that need watering. And I do have crops now. But in this game, you pick your veg when it's raining so that you have a chance of getting 3 instead of just 1 or 2. And that cuts your watering time down. But in Stardew Valley, my goodness, you go out and dance in the rain. It's like I don't have to water these 86,000 crops. Yay. So I'm not sure what we're going to be finding, but I wouldn't mind replacing the lazy. I do like the lazy villagers. And Delhi is the only one I really have in mind yet. I have met Eric several times, and I keep saying to myself, well, he was on your very first island 5 years ago. There's nothing wrong with taking him back. I just like trying new things and meeting new villagers and doing it that way. There are a few villagers that I have in mind that I wouldn't mind taking, but finding them is pretty tough. It's really, really tough. So, yeah, there's Chrissy again. Now, I have to tell you, this is what I was going to say earlier. I have Francine, and I know it's iconic to have Francine and Chrissy on your island. But because it's so iconic, that kind of doesn't interest me. And with Francine on the island, she's not bad. I'm just realizing that I'm not as big a fan of the rabbits as I thought I was. And there's Fang. I just got Dobie, and there's Fang. Wouldn't be a bad idea to have 2 grumps on the island. I've had 4 on an island at one time. And Peanut, isn't she cute? She is so cute. But Fang, I think I'm going to keep him, reserve him for that island idea that I had with Tiffany. And Pee-wee here, first of all, I could not remember his name for the life of me. I had to look it up, so that's why this one takes a little bit longer. But I kept staring at him going, he is a lazy. And gosh, is he cute. And I know I'm the only one who likes the apes. I don't care. Gorillas, I know there's a difference. He was cute. And it took me a while to go, that's not quite what you were looking for. And I don't know that he would really fit in on this island anyway. I have too many blue villagers. There's so many blue villagers. Look who's here. Ta-da! Unbelievable. This is my very first time after 5 years. My very first time seeing Diana on an island visit. Island hop. Island search. Villager search island. I used to say island hunt, and it's like I'm not hunting for islands. Villager hunt. Good gravy, whatever. Yeah, it's Diana. Never had her before. My daughter did. And I always thought if I autofilled that she would pick one of them, and I never. All I ever got was Roscoe, Roscoe, Victoria, Roscoe, Roscoe, Victoria, Roscoe. Never got Diana. So of course I'm taking her. That makes 2 snooties on it. 3 snooties. Blair, Francine, and Diana. That's fine. Doesn't matter. This island, I've already decided whether anybody wants to watch it or not is beside the point with me anymore. But I've already decided that I am going to do another island after this one. It's something I just really enjoy doing, and I've mentioned earlier that my computer's getting to the point where I can't do City Skylines anymore. I can play The Sims 4, but oh my gosh, I have to be so careful. I have to turn on the FPS counter just to stare at it, and it's not that fun anymore. So this game and Stardew Valley are all that I can do, and I'm just not in a Stardew Valley mood. I was stunned, yeah. I was very shocked. to see her. I'm getting into the habit of using my emotes. So we took Diana, and I'm not unhappy with the choice. Then this happened. While I was time skipping to do the terraforming, Mott finally has to leave, and no problems with Mott. I enjoy him. I think he is a very cool jock. My daughter has him, though. I've had him, I think, twice, and my niece had him. They were all starters, but my daughter has him now, I believe. So I figured, let's get a new jock. But the jocks that I've been looking at, again, would be more suitable to the other island I'm thinking about than this one. So it's a crapshoot here. Whatever I find, I'll take. We still need a lazy, and we have to replace our jock. We do have 3 snooties now, though. 1 peppy, 2 normies, Molly and Ione. A smug. Yeah. That doesn't really matter, though. We'll see what we see and hope for the best. Like I said, Deli has always interested me. I've never had him before, and he would make a great lazy on this island because of his coloring. But I still think taking Eric back would not be a bad idea, and only because I've been seeing him so often. And I figured, well, maybe if I see him again, I'll take him. So those are my 2 options for a lazy. If anything else hits me, I'll be more than happy to take that as well, even if it's another snooty. Well, maybe not. Getting a little full up on snooties. I do like the peppies. I don't like going in their houses, though, because my good... Is that the Grump or is that Deli? Oh, it's Deli. Well, we found our villager, everybody on the first ticket. That's Deli, and he's a lazy. I have been having the most tremendous luck on these villager hunts. It's just insane. Unbelievable to me. Hi, Deli. I'm pretty sure I have met him in the past, but I was always looking for someone specific, and it was usually never a lazy. Once I get a lazy on my island, I tend to keep them. So yeah, this is kind of crazy. Just having a marvelous time with these villager hunts. Now the long villager hunt that I still intend to go on, I'm kind of up in the air about, because first of all, the villager will not fit on this island at all. Their coloring is completely off. So I might save that for the next island, I'm not sure. But I am curious to find out how many tickets it would take me. I'm not saying in general, because a lot of people have that villager, and a lot of people have hunted for a while for the villager. I'm just going to take every ticket I own and go out and see if I can find this particular villager, how many tickets it would take me. But he would be a forever villager, so I don't think I could do it on this island. And this island is about to wrap up anyway. I'm just about done. I think what I'm going to do is just go to a treasure island and get items that will fill the bare spaces on Swan Song. And then I'll just start all over. Not right away, but, we'll see. I'm just having so much fun. Look at this guy's house. This really threw me for a loop. Some of you may be familiar with this, but every lazy I've ever had has had dirt floor, log walls, and the Southwest American furniture. This guy's got a laptop, a desk, a bookcase, a bed, and a sofa. He's got a poster on the wall. He's a very learned lazy, and I've never met one before. I love everything about this aesthetic. It's absolutely cool. So I don't know how to decorate the outside of his house now. It's like, well, for heaven's sake. First of all, we still have the jock items there. This is the tour. You like my flag? It's supposed to be a swan, in case you're wondering. Oh, I stink at that. It's very hard to use the controls with that paint program. But it's a swan, at any rate. I don't think it looks too bad. And no, I never came up with a color scheme. I stuck to the white fixtures, as you can tell there, with the lamps and some of the chairs and things like that. The candy machines. I just got that bus stop on a balloon. My girls are singing away. Yeah, the chairs there, stuff like that. I just left white. I am happy with that thing right there because that comes in a pink light. The other two are gold, which isn't bad. I like them all. I think they're pretty. Man, they're singing away. They're so cute. Everybody on this island gets along. Shep got into a scuffle with Mott on his very first day here. He told Mott to stop taking himself so seriously and get a life. And they have been best buds ever since. They're always at each other's house. They're always walking around together. They sit near each other when they're eating sandwiches and midday. It's crazy. But it's a very calm, very placid. Everybody seems to get along. Nobody's fighting. I adore this area. It came out nearly the way I had envisioned it. It's just like a field with a pond in it. No pathing, no nothing, just flowers, shrubs, and trees with a pond. Because kind of like the rabbits, I am not a huge fan of pathing. Some of it is okay, and some of it is just, no, it's over the top. The only place I really like putting down pathing is in front of the kids' houses, to markate them and distinguish them from other houses. And like steppy stones so that anybody who visits will know where the stairs are and how to get here and how to go there and all that other stuff. But this, maybe it's overkill on my part, but I don't like that. I just don't like it. It just feels, it takes away from the natural. Yeah, I was ready to go and ask Isabel if I had done a good enough job for 5 stars, and I forgot. And then while I was taking this tour, I'm like, wait a minute. That is a lily of the valley, which means I have 5 stars, which means I don't have to talk to Isabel. Yay. I think I showed you the campsite earlier. I don't think I've ever seen a fish in that pond, and it makes me very sad. I thought it was big enough, but I guess not. Because I run around every day looking for fossils and stuff. I need one more fossil, the iguanodon torso. But yeah, the campsite's in the back, and then Nook's Cranny is here. It always reminds me of being up north, and you're in a cabin. There's always a party store nearby where you can go and get the stuff you forgot or the stuff you ran out of. This area I left as natural as I could with more ponds. I did actually, believe it or not, clear out a vast majority of the flowers and trees along the back. Most of them went into that foresty area in front of the Able Sisters. And then all of my cosmos went up there on my little water feature with the waterfall there. And then I spread the rest of them out as best I could. So the only things back there are like the triplets, white, yellow, red of each flower. Hi, Dilly. Oh, hello. Don't tell me you want to leave, although you look happy. You're going to teach me a reaction, aren't you? Yeah. Well, that's all right. Yeah, I'm so surprised that he's a bookworm lazy. I never seen one of those before. So I gotta figure out how to decorate the front of his house. What am I gonna do? Usually it's the hay bed and the swing and a barrel, right? And I don't think that's his style. Here's my museum. This was kind of rough. I liked where I put it, but when it came to decorating, it's like, oh my goodness. I didn't want to grandiose the place like I always do. But when push came to shove, it's like there's just not enough room, and I didn't want to move it. I liked it where it was. So I did the best I could. Yeah, I'm trying to find... I gotta get used to that. Yeah, star event. I was going to mention that since I've been on this island, I have never, not one star event. None. Every night that I'm here, there it is. Very first one. During my tour. Sorry about that. I wanted to leave the museum as it was. I loved the spot. So I had to really think hard about how I decorated it. I don't mind the way it came out. I changed the front at least 5 different times. I had fencing there, got rid of the fencing. I put a lot of those ancient ruins things up, took them down, moved them to other parts of the... And this is the final result, and I'm not unhappy with it. Yes, you can get around this fountain. And yes, you can get into the museum. And yes, my villagers do as well. I actually went in there because it is the time of year where you do the museum thing. And there's always at least 2 of my friends in there. So this is a little music area. And again, this is all I have. I just got the trumpet today at the store. So all I have is a trumpet, a clarinet, and a synthesizer. I can't remember where I got that. That's probably old. And then this is my pizza parlor. I figured, what the heck? You gotta move them chairs that far apart just to get them to sit facing the table. I was gonna put something down there, but I'm like, well, nah, it's a pizza parlor. We don't have pizza as a feature, so... And then this is the area. It's just wide open spaces, which I'm not averse to. I kind of prefer it this way. So I just put down everything that was left in my storage, and I just don't know what else to do. It's so open. I have more stuff on my beaches than I do on land. And I did look into making items, and nothing was hitting me. So this is one way to get up to the villagers' homes. And I got another one. Yay. That's 2. I'll show you. Oh, that's 3. Look at that. There's another one right there. Wow. Well, that's cool. This is probably my least favorite part of the island. How do I say this? I worry that I'm not giving them enough space to decorate. And then when I put the houses down, it's like, for heaven's sake, there's way too much space now. So you're not going to believe this, but I actually trimmed this second level on all 4 sides. I went all the way around and I smushed it back in. And it still looks like there's way too much space. Oh well. So Shep told me he's into fashion. He wants to have a fashion show on the island. So I'm going to try and find just maybe a clothing rack or something. And I want to give him that director's chair with his face on it. But this is Deli's house, and this is where Mott lived, so I got to get rid of the jock items. But I don't want to give him the lazy hillbilly items. That's how you can get out the back. And then this is just coming back up, so there's 2 ways to get through. And the kids seem to enjoy it. They're not, they're all over the place, actually. See? They just plunk down wherever. Deli likes sitting right to that tree on the right and eating sandwiches. And I got that storefront in a balloon. So I put that down with some soup and a microwave to warm it up. Here's my farm with a beehive and some bunnies and a scarecrow. And this is my house in the very back. And I'm not on a ledge. I moved it back here so I could do terraforming, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm not unhappy with this area. It doesn't bother me at all. So I left it there. Not unhappy. Yeah, I turned the wrong way to get this balloon. Oh, I hate saying no to these guys. It makes me feel very bad. But that's something I have to get over, for heaven's sake. They're mythical creatures here. You don't have to take it seriously, and yet I do. I actually sit there going, gosh, I hope Cookie doesn't hate me now that I said no. Look at her face. I'm so sorry. Don't give me that look. But I have to tell you, the whole time I was doing all of this work, they must have asked, I'm not exaggerating, 4 different villagers in one day wanted to come over to my house. And then the next day I go out there and I start working in the rain. 3 villagers. You want to come over? Can I come over to your house? You want to come over? Can I come over to your... Oh my gosh. And it's just not easy for me to say no. Horrible. So the last thing we're going to look at is the beach. But there's stars. I am one of the few who decorates my beaches. I don't mind it. I'm sorry I forgot to open that thing. I do that so often that I just don't think about it anymore. And I know that's a fun feature when you're watching a video and I'm being bad about it. But everything that you see here came from Red, a balloon, or Nook's Cranny, or the online shopping. And there's just not that much to go around because, my goodness, every day I would look, please give me something neat. And I just don't have anything neat. So, I thought I cleaned up the island pretty good. I'm sorry about this. Yikes. But yeah, that's about it for the island. And I have mentioned lots of blank spaces. Shep gave me that pool, the kiddie pool, and the gyroids. I think I found a gyroid before I went on Captain's Boat Tours. All I can tell you is everything I thought I knew about this game went out the window with this island. Lots of things are occurring that I didn't think were supposed to occur or are occurring regardless of what the rules and regulations state, so I'm lost. And I don't think Blathers is going to ask about... Oh, boy. The Roost. What is his name? Sorry. Not a coffee fan, so... The Roost. Blathers hasn't asked me about that yet. And I think it might have to do with the Museum Day event that goes on until the end of the month. And I'm not going in there anymore. I have all 4 of those plaques on all 5 of the rooms in my house, so I figure that's enough museum tour. And I did choose red for art items because I would terraform and then I'd move something, so I'd move ahead a day and then I'd come back and there's red again. So I lucked out. I got a couple cute items, but sadly most of what he was selling was for the house. Not something I could put out for decoration. But I managed to get more artwork. There's only a few more pieces that I need. What else? I like this little corner. I have several ponds. Yeah, these were all the other flowers that I took off the back. And then they're more triplicates so that they can create different colors. Those are items from Gulliver and Gullivar. And surprisingly, again, normally at the beginning of this game, I meet Gulliver every single day for a week. I met him once. And then I met Gullivar once. And that was it. I haven't seen him since. This is really, really strange. So, that's my island. Not unhappy with it. The white pathing, like I said, I'm just not as big a fan of pathing as most people. And maybe I'm just choosing bad ones, I don't know. I have written down, though, everything I looked at and used is in the description box below with an MA address. But to be honest with you, all I do is go on that machine and I type in the word white path and then I select ground and floor and then the search comes up. So you could do that just as easily, but I have written the MA codes. They're in the description box below the video. This is my favorite spot. The Able Sisters came out so nice, but this was the first one I worked on. So naturally. And the pathing. That was the third choice I made. And I'm still, it just seems like overkill to me. It's way too much. But I suppose it's not the end of the world. Could be worse. I like that new moon. That is so neat looking. And the girls are still singing. Even after all that, they're still singing away. And there's my owl. I love my owl. That's the island. I wonder what you guys think. Of course, if you don't want to leave a comment, you don't have to. They're so cute. Thank you. Yeah, let them sing. I'm gonna show you the map. And then that'll be it. Not the end of the videos, because I'm gonna add more, but we are coming up on the end of Swan Song. That's the layout. I wonder what you guys do think, though. You're welcome to leave a comment, like it or not. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. Just like nobody likes my videos, clicks the like button, but it's entirely up to you. I'm not going to sweat that stuff anymore, but I'm not unhappy with this. I hope you guys think it turned out okay. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye. She glows in the dark. That is so cool.